Hello and welcome to Christmas Countdown with Barb Ryder, Stamp with Barb. Thank you for stopping by. I just wanted to share another Christmas card with you. We're getting closer. It's the 29th of November as I'm recording this, and so we're getting closer. Just wanted to share some things with some designer paper. This is the Toile designer paper, and it is actually in the annual catalog, so you can find it there. I've also got some of the double stitch satin red ribbon here. Vanilla, red, garden green are the colors, and it's a pretty simple card. So I am using real red, and I am also using this favorite stamp set of mine. It's the Itty Bitty Christmas. So many things. 150513. That's the number for this stamp set. It's just a great set. It's smaller sayings, but they fit in a lot of our punches, the dies, all of that. So that is what I'm using. And I've got a small piece here. Let me just grab my mat and paper here. All right, so what do we have? We have this little small piece is 1 by, 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches. And I am just going to take No Peeking Till Christmas and use my real red. Ink that up. You just stamp that. Okay, good. Okay. And I am going to stamp that down here towards the end. It's a little bit crooked, but we have two sides to the paper. So let's try this again. I don't want to get my head in the way. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so there's that. The next thing I'm going to do is take my scissors, my snips here. These are awesome scissors. If you don't have these are in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. I believe they're $10, and they are so amazing. But what I'm going to do is take this, and I'm going to just trim one side at an angle. Now I'm going to take that tiny little piece, and so that I have the same angle on the other side, I'm just going to flip it, put it right in the corner. Make sure I'm staying in the camera here. Put it right in the corner, and so that my angles are the same. It's pretty small, but you can do this with a large piece of paper to make a great tag. So I'm just going to cut this right like that so that they match. So they're even, the same. And then I am going to take my sponge. I always punch out a color, same color, the cardstock, staple that in the tip. We have our sponges that come just a round, full sponge like this. I don't have a full one, or I would show you. But I cut that in several pieces, like 6 pieces, excuse me. And so that's what I've done here. And I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm just going to sponge around the outside. This is one of the first techniques I learned as a stamper 20 years ago. 20 years ago this month in November. Okay, so that's all the stamping that I'm doing, believe it or not. So I'm going to close up this red ink pad. And then what I've done is I have taken some pieces of the Toile designer paper, and those are 3 by 2 and 1.5 by 2.5, and the last one is 1 by 2. And I've taken a piece of very vanilla, which is 4 by 5.25, and I'm just going to layer this. So this is my bottom package. I'm going to use these as packages. All right, so that's my bottom package. So let me grab my adhesive here and my silicone mat. Now, by the way, I don't know if I've shared this before, but I do have gift certificates. So if you're looking for something to tell someone that you would like on your Christmas list, you can let them know that I have certificates and they just need to get in touch with me. I would be happy to provide that. So this is just going to go right in the middle of my vanilla, just like that. The next is going to be the red. And the cool part about this paper is that whatever the design is in green, it's red on the other side. So that is what we're using right here in the middle as our next package. And then I have the green again, but I've got the stripes going the opposite way. So this is a super easy card, you guys. If you've got lots of Christmas paper, this is a great way to use it. All right, so there's my stack of packages. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my mini glue dots and put that on the tip of a piece of the double stitch red ribbon here, and that basically is just going to go like right here, and then I'm going to bring it down and then tape it on the back side here, just like that. Okay, and I'll go ahead and put this onto my real red, which I've cut just 1/8 of an inch larger so that I have a little bit of red around the outside of that vanilla. Okay, and then I have my garden green, and we just need to, this is 5.5 by 8.5, and you fold that to 4.25. Just use your bone folder, get that nice crease. And then this is going to go on top of the garden green, just like this. All right, so that I've got all those colors peeking through everywhere. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we are going to grab some dimensionals here. Actually, I just need one right there. And we want this coming off the part of our side of our package there. And then I have already tied a bow with the satin ribbon, and I'm going to use those glue dots again. I'm going to use a couple because this is a little bit bigger and thicker. So just push that on there, and the glue dot comes right off onto the ribbon. And so this ribbon is going to go right like that, the top of our package. And there we have our card. Okay? But let me show you another tip with the designer paper. So I have our very vanilla envelope here. And what we're going to do is we are going to use our designer paper to cover this part of the envelope flap. So I am going to put adhesive all along the score line here. It's hard to see. Okay, might have to go back over that. I'm off the edge a little bit, or not close to the edge. I want to be close to the edge, and I couldn't quite see the way the angle I had. There we go. All right, and then I also want to come all the way across here. Okay, so here is another design that's in the paper. This is the red side, and then you have the garden green side, but we're going to use the red side. And the way that you do this is you just take your paper and you make sure that you are right at the edge, and bring that up just like that. Now, if you use the wet glue or the green glue, you have a little bit of give when you're doing that. But basically, you're just going to turn this over, and you're just going to cut this out. You're just going to cut right around the edge of the flap of your envelope. And get this going here. I know you know how to cut paper, but You can just see that it doesn't take very long at all. And this way, you know, we want to not hoard the paper, even though it's beautiful, and we tend to do that. You would be amazed at the paper that I still have from, oh, pretty few years ago. But there you are. There is the back of your envelope. There's your front, and there is your card. So what do you think about that one? Give me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me that you're using that paper. This is great paper. If you need anything, please contact me. You can always text me, email. You can go to Stamp with Barb on Facebook. Give me a message. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that so that you'll get a notice every time that I have an uploaded video. If there's anything more I can help with you, I am here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you have a great evening. Bye-bye.